The Davis County Mustangs play here on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Be sure to catch live online streaming of every Davis County baseball game right here on ottumwaradio.com. Previous games can be viewed on demand at ottumwaradiosports.com. Now, let's head down to the field for Mustang baseball. Here's Ellis Kojo.
Bloomfield is the scene for Game 2 of our Twin Bill as Davis County looks to sweep the doubleheader against Chariton here at the Davis County Fairgrounds. Great to have you with us on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Ellis Kojo along with our producer Corey Finch. Davis County with a thrilling come from behind 7-5 victory over Chariton in Game 1. And after they recognize the seniors, they will get things going here in Game 2. The starting lineups, well, actually, you've been listening to the Nutrient Solutions pregame show called Bob Bloss and his team today, where results in your field are their first concern. And the starting lineups are brought to you by Pulaski Lumber. If you're starting a project around a house, make sure and check with Chris and the team first for all your building and hardware needs. Chariton now 5-17 on the season, 4-11 in the South Central Conference. Their lineup looks like this for Game 2. Brady Hamilton leads things off. He's in center field. Quentin Curtis is at third base, batting second. Batting third in that shortstop, Jackson Fisher. Colby Wirtz is catching, batting fifth. Beg your pardon, he's batting fourth. Batting fifth is in at first base is Preston Lane. Reed Walters is at second base, batting sixth. Tyler Gukin will be in left field again, batting seventh. Batting eighth and pitching is P.J. Rich. And batting ninth and in right field is Caden Fitzgerald. So again for Chariton, Hamilton in center, Curtis at third, Fisher at short. Wirtz is catching, Lane at first, Walters at second. Gukin in left, Rich is pitching, and Fitzgerald is in right field. Now for the Davis County Mustangs, looking for the sweep of the doubleheader. They have, as you can see, have switched to their white jerseys for Game 2, and their lineup will be looking like this for the nightcap. Owen Bennett, he'll be leading off and in right field. Trevor Slayton's at shortstop, batting second. Kay Tharp shifts over to first base in Game 2. He bats third. Batting fourth in the DH is Draven DeCry. Batting fifth and catching is Clay Collier. Batting sixth and in left field, batting sixth and in third base is Noah Smolik. Batting seventh and in left field is Nathan Smolik. Isaac Kramer's in second base. He bats eighth. And batting ninth and pitching is Logan Hale. So again for Davis County, Bennett in right, Slayton at short, Tharp at first. DeCry's the DH. Collier is catching, Noah Smolik at third. Nathan Smolik in left, Kramer at second, and Hale is pitching. Good performance by Caden Hill in Game 1 of our doubleheader. He'll have the nightcap off to rest his arm, and he won't be tasked with catching, at least here in the beginning stages of Game 2. But this is a Chariton team, as we alluded to in the first game. Just can't quite get over the hump, and that's much to the consternation of head coach Daryl Dotson, who, a bit prophetic, thought that his team haven't been able to close the deal, and that was the case in Game 1. So Brady Hamilton will bat to start things off, and he swings and misses at the first pitch, and we're underway. First pitch thrown at 8:01, and the game time temperature was 88 degrees, so things have not cooled off much here at the fairgrounds. The wind in the 0-1 coming from Logan Hale. It's a curveball taken at the belt but high for ball one. 1-1 strike. Brady Hamilton, a left-hander, had 2 hits in Game 1. And that's hit in the air. Medium right field, and Bennett's there for the catch. 1 out. So Quentin Curtis is the batter. He is the third baseman here in Game 2. Timeout called, and home plate umpire takes the ball over to the Davis County dugout. The umps have shifted, so Ken Moon is behind the plate for game 2. And Vic Combs is out in the field. First pitch to Curtis is taken low for a ball. Hale stands tall on the mound, now comes home with the 1-0 pitch. It's a curveball that stays inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hale just the second Davis County pitcher of the day as Caden Hill went the distance, finishing off a complete game in that 7-5 Davis County win. That's in the dirt for ball 3. Curtis was 1 for 4 in game 1 of this doubleheader. The wind into 3-0. That's wide for ball 4, and Curtis draws a 1-out walk.
Next up, number 17, Jackson Fisher.
That brings up Jackson Fisher, who was catching in game 1. Now he shifts over to be the shortstop here in the nightcap. Throw to first, and a low throw, but Tharp was able to get down and pick it. Tharp, as he threw the ball back to the pitcher, you see has sunglasses on. Pretty bad sun field right now for the first baseman. First pitch is taken for a strike. Tharp has his sunglasses on. Looks like Bennett, the right fielder, has his shades up by the bill of his cap, so he doesn't have his on. The 0-1, outside, ball 1. And a throw to first, and back is Hamilton, or I should say Quentin Curtis. Logan Hale last pitched a week ago against Cardinal. Runner goes. The pitch is driven out to right field. Back goes Bennett. He makes the catch. He may double off Curtis, and he does. It's a double play. The unconventional fly out to right, and Curtis is doubled off first, and that is it for Sheridan in the top of the first. Nothing across for the Chargers. Mustangs will be up next, coming up on Yatama Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance Razor. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales Event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Sheridan comes up empty into the top of the first. Now it's time for Davis County to bat here in the bottom of the first. And they will face a left-hander, P.J. Rich, for Sheridan.
Starting off your Mustangs, we have number 12, Owen Bennett.
Owen Bennett will lead things off. He had probably what was the key at bat of that 4-run sixth inning that allowed Davis County to generate a come-from-behind win against Sheridan in game 1 of our doubleheader. The bases were empty with 2 outs in the inning. And Bennett fought off a couple of pitches, had to count at 2 strikes against him, and was able to, on a good piece of hitting, flip it into left field for a base hit. And then after Bennett reached base, there's a strike to start things off. And then the very next pitch was Slayton, and he hit the game-tying homer over the left field fence. Bennett squared the bunt, and he takes the ball. And then Tharp, on the very next pitch, hits a solo shot to center field to give Davis County the lead, and they never look back as they end up beating Chariton 7-5 in the first game of our doubleheader. 1-1 to count to Bennett. And now the pitch by Rich. That's spiked to the plate, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Davis County has faced P.J. Rich before, earlier this year. Talked in Game 1 about the 9-2 Davis County victory in Chariton earlier this year. Rich was the starter of that game. He only lasted 2 innings. Pitch is over, but a bit high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Rich, as I said, pitched 2 innings, allowing 5 runs, 4 of them earned on 4 hits. He walked 3, struck out 1. He ended up taking the loss in that 9-2 Davis County win. The 3-1 to Bennett. Swing and a miss. That runs the count full. And Bennett waits for the 3-2 pitch. Popped up. That's going to stay in play, and the catch is made by Curtis, the third baseman, in foul territory for out number 1.
Next up to bat, we have number 9, Trevor Slayton. And can we get some special cheers for our special guest bat boy, Jacob Kojo?
Trevor Slayton's the batter. And here's the first pitch. That's well outside for ball 1. That homer that I mentioned moments ago by Slayton was his 4th of the season, as he continues to lead the Mustangs in round trippers. The 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. When Slayton's not the pitcher, he is the Mustangs shortstop. And I would say probably the best athlete on the team. The 1-1. Driven out to left field. Back is Gookin, but he's going to have room at the wall to make the catch. So Slayton gave it a ride, but the park held it, and there are 2 outs.
Now hitting, number 16, Cade Tharp.
Cade Tharp, who for quite a while, he had 2 homers while Slayton had 3. And I guess when he saw Slayton hit his 4th, he's like, oh, no, you don't. You're not going to get ahead of me too far. And he immediately stayed right on pace with Slayton with his 3rd homer of the year in Game 1 of this twin bill. First pitch by Rich goes to the backstop. Ball 1. Tharp gets back into the box. And the 1-0 is bounced to the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Sun setting here in Bloomfield. So shadows begin to be an issue. Pitcher now in sunlight while the batter's in shadow. That pitch is inside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to Kate Tharp. And just one of the many things that makes Kate Tharp a good baseball player, he'll take what's given to him. He won't go chasing, and he takes ball 4. A 2-out walk to Tharp keeps the inning alive for the designated hitter, Draven DeCry.
Hitting now, number 2, Draven DeCry.
So Draven DeCry, one of the many seniors that got recognized before the nightcap, will bat for the first time in game 2, and he takes a strike. Tharp with a modest lead at first. And the 0-1 coming from Rich, outside, ball 1. Davis County's had their issues dealing with left-handers and the move that they have. And to their defense, left-handers are pretty deceptive, whether or not they're going to go to the plate or throw it to first. Curveball taken inside. Actually, DeCry had to bend out of the way. And now the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. There's one game in particular in Knoxville versus a left-hander. Davis County got picked off 4 times in the game. The 2-1, swing and a miss on the curveball. I don't think the crowd was expecting the hook. And now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clay Collier on deck for Davis County as they look to take the early lead here in inning number 1. 2-2, taken outside, and the count is full. First inning is brought to you by Dixon's Mattress Outlet. Think of them first to get a great night's sleep. Call Darren today. Chariton stays in the same jerseys they wore in game 1. Red tops, gray pants. Payoff pitch. He reached down and got it, and it's grounded to Curtis at third. He throws off the bag, but apparently Lane's able to stay on the bag to record the out, and the inning is over. A walk and 1 left for Davis County. At the end of 1, no score on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Nothing says summer like hitting the open road. Get your vehicle summer driving ready. Cruising to work with the windows open and the convertible top down, going to the local fairs, or taking your much-needed holiday on the open road. Ray's Rapid Lube and Car Wash can get your car summer driving ready. Oil changes to the touchless car wash. Quick car wash to the super car wash. Ray fits in your budget so you can put more in your tank. Ray's Rapid Lube, 301 North Madison in Ottumwa. Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
And welcome back to Davis County, where Sheridan and the Mustangs are tied zip as we head to the 6th inning, or I beg your pardon, the 2nd inning of game 2. It'll be 4, 5, 6 due up for Sheridan. It'll be Wirtz, Lane, and Walters. Logan Hale ready to get set with his 2nd inning of work. Colby Wirtz, who is the catcher for game 2, will lead things off for Sheridan.
Up to bat, we have number 24, Colby Wirtz.
First pitch coming from Hale. It's a curveball taken high for ball 1. So as I mentioned, Hale hasn't pitched since a week ago against Cardinal. And the 1-0 taken outside, ball 2. In that game, Hale went 5 2/3, allowing 4 runs, all of them earned on 6 hits. He walked 5 while striking out 3. And in that 13-4 Davis County victory, Hale took the win. Here comes the 2-0 from Hale. Hit on the ground, foul to the third base side, 2-1. That was an interesting game last week, Cardinal versus Davis County, where Hale started it off, and then Wagler came in, and then Trevor Slayton finished things off. And Slayton that's been a few relief appearances that Slayton has made this season, the 2-1. That's over but low, 3 balls and 1 strike. Just leading things off here in the top of the second. Scoreless between Chariton and Davis County. And Wirtz getting ready for the 3-1 pitch. And Hale walked him. So Wirtz is aboard. That's the second walk of the game allowed by Hale. And here is Preston Lane, the first baseman.
Now batting number 25, Preston Lane.
Head coach Daryl Dotson wants to come to talk to the home plate umpire, probably to get a courtesy runner out there for the catcher Wirtz. And coming out of the dugout, so coming out of the dugout is a courtesy runner. Max Always is the courtesy runner. So the home plate umpire, Ken Moon, has a couple words to say to Todd White in the Davis County dugout. And it looks like we're ready to get started again. Leadoff man is on for Sheridan here in the top of the second of a scoreless game. Hale's first pitch is a curveball in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Lane played in game 1, but he didn't get a chance for an at-bat as he had Kobe Wirtz DH for him in game 1. That pitch is laced foul to the third base side, and it's 0-2. So this is Lane's first at-bat of the doubleheader, even though he played the entirety of game 1 in the field. And actually came in to pitch once the starter, Ashton Vitale, had to leave the game. There's a ball in the dirt, making the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hale with the nod, now comes set, and now the 1-2 pitch. He struck him out. A nasty curveball that Lane comes up empty on for out number 1.
Up to bat, number 23, Reed Walters.
Reed Walters. Looks like he has some ripped pants. And he will wait for the first pitch as Hale throws the first, and Always is back safely for Sheridan. Here's the first pitch, and he fouls that one back. Look out. That's why you have fencing around the dugout for shots like that. No balls and 1 strike to Reed Walters. Walters in game 1 was 1 for 3. He had a single and he had a run scored as well. The 0-1 from Hale is a curveball taken inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The second inning is brought to you by Protruder Orthodontics. Don't give it a second thought. Get a smile that lasts a lifetime today. The 1-1. Line back up the middle. That's a chuck and duck. And that's a base hit for Walters. Walters hits it right back where it came from. Hale had to duck to avoid getting decapitated. And that moves the line to Tyler Gukin, the left fielder.
Batting now, number 20, Tyler Gukin.
Gukin, a left-hander versus the right-hander Hale, and he checks his swing, but it's called a strike anyway for strike one. Gukin was 0 for 3 with a run scored. He also punched out twice in game one of our doubleheader. The 0-1 fouled away, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. A walk, a strikeout, and then a single. Have men at first and second and 1 out. Middle of the infield looks to turn 2. The 0-2. Outside, just off the corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gukin, a senior, waits for the 1-2. He waits on it, and he flies it out to right field. Coming on is Bennett, making the catch, and the runners stay put. 2 outs. So now the pitcher, P.J. Rich, is up.
Batting now, number 8, P.J. Rich.
Rich, left-hander, now looks at a curveball, and it's taken for a ball, 1-0. Rich didn't play in game 1, and he's now been inserted into game 2. The 1-0. Lined into right field for a base hit. Bennett goes down to a knee to grab it. Head coach Darryl Dotson will hold the runner at third, so the bases are loaded with 2 outs.
Next up, number 2, Caden Fitzgerald.
So a big opportunity for Chariton here in the second inning, and the sophomore Caden Fitzgerald strides in. First pitch by Hale. Good block by Collier behind the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Hale just needs 1 more out to get out of this jam. A walk and 2 singles have loaded the bases with 2 outs. The 1-0. Curveball, strike, no. It is called a ball, and it's 2-0. Hale with the 2-0. Over but low, and it's 3-0. So now, sensing the severity of the situation, Collier will walk out the ball to Hale to give him a tip or 2 before he heads back behind the plate. 3-0 the count to Caden Fitzgerald. And the bases are loaded. The pitch, and he walked him. 1-0 Sheridan on the bases loaded walk to Caden Fitzgerald.
Next up, number 13, Brady Hamilton.
Back to the top of the order, and Brady Hamilton. He flew out his first time up to right field. Slapped the other way, and that's a base hit. Coming in to score is Walters. Rich gets held at third. The bases stay loaded. It's 2-0 Sheridan on the RBI single by Hamilton.
Number 4, Quentin Curtis.
Quentin Curtis takes a curveball for strike one. Curtis walked back in the first inning. And now the 0-1. Fastball slapped away, and it is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Hale a strike away from getting out of the inning. Here's the 0-2 to Curtis. A curveball, a swing and a miss, and that will do it to retire the side. But Chariton does score 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave the bases loaded. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Chariton 2, Davis County nothing on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers, call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Chariton's taking a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the second. Davis County will send up hitters 5, 6, and 7. Great to have you with us on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network as we wrap up our doubleheader here tonight in Bloomfield, and we'll have another doubleheader for you tomorrow as the Mustangs will wrap up the season against the Knoxville Panthers.
Starting off our Mustangs this inning, we have number 11, Clay Collier.
As you know, you can watch this game live, and we have this game streaming live by going to AttumwaRadioSports.com. We'll also have it archived at AttumwaRadioSports.com, and you can watch the game there, or you can go to our YouTube page, go to Ottumwa Radio, and we'll have the game available there as well. So multiple options for you to watch all the Davis County Mustang games this season. Collier takes ball 1 from P.J. Rich. The 1-0, taken wide, ball 2. P.J. Rich working with a lead here in the bottom of the second. The pitch to Collier. Over but low, 3-0. Collier had a couple of hits and also a walk in game 1 of our doubleheader. Here's a 3-0 to the sophomore, and he takes ball 4. It is a 4-pitch walk to Collier. See if a courtesy runner comes out for Collier. Collier has good speed, so I imagine they're going to let him run.
Next up, number 8, Noah Zmolik.
Noah Zmolik is the batter. Another sophomore. First pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. P.J. Rich is a junior. He has thrown 13 2/3 innings so far. He has an 0-3 record on the season. Throw back to first, but back safely is Collier. He has an ERA of 7.17. But how's this for things not being what they seem? Opponents are batting just 154 off him this season. The 1-0. Grounded, foul. Beg your pardon, that was the 0-1, and now it is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Noah Zmolik. So the Davis County seniors got recognized before the game. Owen Bennett, Trevor Slayton, Kate Tharp, Draven DeCry, Nathan Smolik, Isaac Kramer. All the seniors were put into the starting lineup as a little bit of a nod and a sign of respect from head coach Todd White. 0-2 to count to Noah Smolik. Throw back to first, and Collier is back without a slide. Lights have been turned on here at the Davis County Fairgrounds as the sun continues to sink behind us and to the left. Rich steps off again. The 0-2. Curveball taken wide for ball one. Collier started things off with a 4-pitch walk. He takes his lead from first. 1-2 to count to Noah Smolik and the pitch. He reached for it, and it's poked over to second base, and nobody's going to be occupying first. It's an infield hit for Noah Smolik. He didn't hit it hard, but he hit it where they ain't. And the first two reach for the Mustangs. Nathan Smolik is the batter.
Next up to bat, number 14, Nathan Smolik.
As I mentioned, Smolik, one of the seniors. Rich in the jam, the first two have reached, and the first baseman, Lane, charging, expecting a bunt. He squares the bunt, but he takes the ball, and Lane was pretty much on the dirt there in front of the plate by the time the pitch got to the plate. So with the batter basically smelling the first baseman's breath, you really want to bunt this to the third base side. Smolik squares the bunt again. It's deadened right in front of the plate. The throw to first is in time, and the runners advance to second and third. Good bunt by Smolik. And that advances runners to second and third with one out.
Now batting number 17, Isaac Kramer.
So that brings up Isaac Kramer. Bit of a pause, and now the home plate umpire, Ken Moon, says play. First pitch by Rich. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. And it's quickly no balls and one strike. Collier is at third. Smolik is at second. Sheridan up 2-0, but the Mustangs are threatening here in the bottom of the second. The 0-1. Taken high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. You really can't get more storybook than Isaac Kramer's first at-bat of the season. I've told this story before, but it never gets old, at least in my eyes. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Kramer. Taken high and outside, ball 2. Out in Osceola against Clark. Down 2-1 in the 7th inning. Kramer comes off the bench to pinch hit. His first at-bat of the season, and the second pitch he sees goes over the left field fence for a home run to tie the game. And then Davis County later wins the game in 8 innings, 6-2. And he fouls that pitch back to make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. So that's really what I'm going to remember Isaac Kramer for when things are all said and done here in 2019. That's honestly a story you tell your grandkids. Rich comes set, and the 2-2. Curveball taken high, and the count is full. Logan Hale waits on deck. Rich now comes home with the payoff pitch to Kramer, well outside, and the bases are loaded.
Next up to bat is number 21, Logan Hale.
Walks are brought to you by Slayton Polaris. Don't walk from field to field. Call Tim and Dean for the best deal on Polaris Rangers and ATVs and enjoy a smooth ride on a Polaris to get those chores done. Logan Hale will now bat with the bases loaded and 1 out. Mustangs trail 2-0. Curveball well outside, ball 1. Hale has taken a bases loaded walk this season. And here comes the 1-0 from Rich. Taken for a strike. Good pitch. That was a breaking ball on the outside corner. To say Logan Hale is due is an understatement. His last hit was last Monday in Pekin. It was an RBI single, so he's gone hitless ever since. So I'd say he's about due for another hit. The 1-1. Chopped at the front of the plate. Rich will flip it over to first, and the out is recorded. A force out 1-2 for out number 2 as Collier is cut down at home.
Back at the top of the lineup, our next batter is number 12, Owen Bennett.
Bases are still loaded for Owen Bennett. Courtesy runner coming in for Hale. It's Caden Glosser. So the home plate umpire will have to get his lineup card all configured to mark the change, and then we'll be ready to continue play here in the bottom of the second. Davis County trails 2-0, bases loaded, 2 outs. Rich is an out away from wiggling out of this jam. He had the first 2 men reach. Nathan Smolik sacrificed the runners over to second and third. Kramer drew a walk. Hale hit into a fielder's choice, where Rich retired the runner at home. And now Owen Bennett bats with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And there's a first pitch to him, ball 1. Lefty on lefty matchup. The only lefty on Davis County's roster versus the junior southpaw P.J. Rich. The 1-0. On the inside corner. Bennett spun away from that one, but it's a called strike. 1-1. This feels like one of the bigger at-bats early in the game. You hate to say that in the second inning, but it just has a feel of a really big at-bat. The 1-1. Bounced to the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Trevor Slayton waits on deck in case Bennett can extend the inning. Mustangs looking to get on the board here in the bottom of the second. The 2-1 coming from Rich. On the inside corner, and again, Bennett spun away from it, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Given where Rich was able to get the first 2 strikes on Bennett, will he go inside again? Or will he go outside and then go inside on 3 and 2? Let's find out. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Bennett. Outside end, it was Bennett that reached for it and just got a piece of it to stay alive. He went outside, and if the pattern holds, then you figure Rich is going to come back inside. And Mustang fans are hoping that Bennett will be ready. Here's a 2-2 pitch. It was an outside pitch, but it's tapped back to the mound. Rich straightens, throws to first, and the inning is over. So Davis County threatens, but they lead the bases loaded. And at the end of 2, Sheridan 2, Davis County nothing on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
Hi, I'm Karsten. And I'm Callie. And we are the Neebs Girls. We would like to personally invite you to our parents' new store
On the south side of the square in Bloomfield.
Stop in and have them make you a custom shirt, hat, banner, sign, or even your school mascot.
They stay open late on Thursdays until 7.
We hope to see you soon.
Neebs Graphics, making you stand out.
Neebs Graphics on the south side of the Bloomfield Square. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
The second inning rolls in, and Davis County trails Sheridan by the score of 2-0. Great to have you with us, Ellis Kojo, along with our producer, Corey Finch. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Davis County won game 1, 7-5. Sheridan looking to add to their 2-0 lead here in the top of the third. Logan Hale getting set to go to work. 2 runs scored by Sheridan in the top of the second has been the difference in this game.
Batting now, number 17, Jackson Fisher.
Jackson Fisher will lead things off for Sheridan. Hale winds in his first offering, comes to the plate and is fouled off. Fisher hit into one of the more unusual double plays that you'll see, but it does happen when you send a runner. Curtis was at first with 1 out. He went on the pitch, and Fisher flew out to right, and he swings and misses for strike 2. And after the fly ball was caught by Bennett, he was able to double off Curtis at first. A chopper up the middle. Slayton stays down and it throws to first, but it's wide of the bag, and Fisher is safe at first. Call that one an infield hit. That was a tough play by Slayton. So Fisher's aboard on the infield single. And here's Colby Wirtz, the catcher.
Next up, number 24, Colby Wirtz.
The first pitch to Wirtz is a fastball right down easy street for strike 1. Wirtz walked to lead off the second inning, and he later came around to score. Throw to first, and back safely is Fisher. Fitzgerald drew a bases-loaded walk. Hamilton hit an RBI single. That's been the 2 Sheridan runs, and there's a single into left. That was a good rip by Wirtz, and the first 2 men are aboard for Sheridan here in the top of the third.
Now batting number 25, Preston Lane.
Timeout called, and we will have a courtesy runner for Colby Wirtz. It's that guy, Max, and I've already forgotten his last name. Alwis. Max Alwis. Have a couple of Sheridan guys up here helping me, so I need all the help I can get. So Alwis will replace Wirtz at first. Nobody out. And you may think why we're having the enemy up here in the press box. Well, apparently the outlets aren't working down there, so they decided to come out here and use the outlets in the press box. And I guess they'll suffer with the AC as well. So I think they'll be okay. Preston Lane is the batter. He bats with runners at first and second and nobody out in the inning as Sheridan leads 2-0 looking for more. He squares the bunt, and he takes a curveball for ball 1. Interesting there. Kramer's second baseman was moving to cover first, but Tharp, the first baseman, wasn't charging. That was fastball up by the head of Lane. I don't know how it didn't hit him, actually. But it's 2-0. Walks have been an issue for Hale so far this afternoon, and there's ball 3. I mentioned the walks. Hale already has 3, and he's at risk for number 4 with Lane at 3-0. Taking all the way, and it's a strike. And the next one is a bouncer to the plate, ball 4, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. 4th walk of the game for Logan Hale. Here comes head coach Todd White, and we'll see if that'll be the end of the night for Logan Hale. Just like his game against Pekin, or I should say against Cardinal last Tuesday. It's been walks really have come back to bite him. Although he was able to pitch out of the trouble he put himself in last week, he has not been so fortunate this week. And after loading the bases with 1 out and not being able to score, the Mustangs will look to pull a Houdini act of their own with the bases loaded and none out.
Batting next, number 23, Reed Walters.
Reed Walters singled and scored in the second. Bases full of Chargers. Here's first pitch from Hale, ball 1. And the 1-0. Fastball outside. The runner comes from third. That's Fisher, and he will score on the wild pitch to make it 3-0 Sheridan. Always went to third, and Lane went to second on the wild pitch. Two and 0 the count now to Reed Walters. The 2-0, fastball upstairs, 3 balls, no strikes. You imagine head coach Todd White won't go much further with Logan Hale. So Reed Walters with the count in his favor, 3-0, and he takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Next pitch to Walters, lined in the right field, but right to Bennett. He makes the catch. No tag from third, and there are 2 outs. Make that 1 out. Interesting there, as it looked like always the runner at third was caught off the bag, and he had to scramble back, but he didn't have time to get back on to third base to tag. And a nice throw from Bennett in right. Kept him right at third base. Now Tyler Gookin is the batter. Ball 1. Gookin flied out to right, his first time up. The 1-0 from Hale, ball 2. Just judging by Hale's body language, he looks frustrated with himself. It's almost like when you're playing golf and you say, don't hit it in the woods, and then you end up hitting it in the woods. It's not like you want to walk somebody, but sometimes you do. There's a grounder to Kramer. He smothers it at second. The throw to first is not in time. Scoring is always from third to make it 4-0 Sheridan. And the inning continues to P.J. Rich.
Batting next, number 8, P.J. Rich.
Runners now at the corners, which still just one out. First pitch to Rich. Runner goes from second. There will be no throw as Collier bluffed to throw to third, but Lane stayed put. Gookin has himself a stolen base. Rich singled his last time up. Strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a bullet right back to the pitcher that Hale had to duck away from as it screamed its way to center field. The 1-1 pitch, outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and 1 to count to P.J. Rich, and here comes the next one from Hale. In the dirt, 3 balls, 1 strike. Head coach Todd White looks like he will make a move if Hale loses Rich. And Hale steps off. With 2 outs, I beg your pardon, with 1 out in the third, Hale already is at 60 pitches. The 3-1 hit on a line right to second, and there's the catch by Isaac Kramer, the second baseman. 2 outs.
Now batting number 2, Caden Fitzgerald.
So Caden Fitzgerald will look to add another run, possibly 2 with the hit here. He drew a bases-loaded walk his first time up, which was the first RBI. First run driven in this game. That gave Chariton a 1-0 lead. They added another one in the second, and now they've doubled their lead here in the third. Strike on a nice curveball by Hale, making the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Hale not away from getting out of this inning. Curveball, check swing, appeal to the field umpire, but he says no swing, 2-1. Hale looking over towards the dugout. Now he comes set, and the 2-1 pitch is a curveball that hit Fitzgerald in the backside, and that will load the bases.
Now batting number 13, Brady Hamilton.
So that will do it for Logan Hale, who will stride off the mound, and we will see a new Mustang pitcher. We'll tell you about the new Mustang hurler when we come back. Sheridan leads it 4-0. They have the bases loaded and 2 outs in the third inning. You're watching Davis County Baseball on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
John at Collision Corner knows that when you get in an accident and need some work done on your vehicle, you want the process to go smooth and easy. That's why Collision Corner is your best choice. John is a preferred body shop, which means he can work directly with your insurance company. He will handle the claim from start to finish. Collision Corner knows you need your car back as soon as possible, and they will also pick it up and deliver it to you for free. When you have an accident, call John and his team at Collision Corner in Bloomfield. And don't forget to like them on Facebook.
Keith's Foods in Bloomfield has been serving the Bloomfield area since 1969 with quality cut steaks, ripe seasonal produce, scrumptious bakery cakes and sweets, fresh dairy products, and of course, tasty smoked meats. We also have available hunting licenses, stamps, money orders, and gift cards too. Open till 9 p.m. every day. We pride ourselves in providing small town service in a big way while keeping up with trends and latest items across the country. Yes, Keith's Foods is your hometown grocery store and so much more. Keith's Foods, where we always take your groceries out to your car. Proud supporter of the Davis County Mustangs.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
The new pitcher is Kay Thorpe. He enters the game with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Mustangs do move a bit of the furniture to accommodate the pitching change. Thorpe moves from first to the pitcher's mound. And coming into the game now to play first is Caleb Wagler. So Thorpe, who hasn't pitched since Friday against Fairfield, will take the ball and hopefully get the last out to get Davis County out of this inning. Thorpe pitched in game 1 of the doubleheader against Fairfield, the one that Davis County lost 8-7. And Thorpe ended up taking the loss after going 3 1/3, a third innings, allowing 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 5 hits. He walked 2 and he struck out 5. Thorpe does have a good fastball, and the first pitch to Hamilton is actually a curveball for strike 1. Hamilton flew out to right in the first inning and then went the other way with an RBI single to left in the second. The 0-1. Taken in the dirt, that goes to the backstop. Coming home and safe at home, and a pretty bad collision at the plate. Safe at the plate is Preston Lane to make it 5-0 Chariton. But hopefully Thorpe's all right. Looked like Lane slid right into the shin of Thorpe. But Thorpe not showing any ill effects. Gookin went to third, and Fitzgerald went to second. There's a foul tip at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a 1-2. Fastball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners now at second and third, 2 outs. 3 runs already in for Sheridan in this inning. Bouncing ball to second. Kramer throws to first. A high throw, but the out is still recorded as Wagler stayed on the bag, and the inning is over. But Sheridan does push across 3 more runs on 2 hits. An error with 2 men left on base. And as we head to the bottom of the third, Sheridan now leads at 5-0 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance Razor. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales Event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Davis County has some work to do. They trail 5-0 in the bottom of inning number 3. And this is game 2 of our doubleheader. Davis County with a come from behind 7-5 win in game 1. It will be Slayton, Tharp, and DeCry to bat for the Mustangs.
Starting off our Mustangs this inning, we have number 9, Trevor Slayton.
Slayton flew out to left his first time up. P.J. Rich had to sit for a while during a long top of the third. And the first pitch is a curveball taken for a ball. Slayton hit his 4th homer back in game 1, which tied the game at 5 in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 1-0 popped up. That'll go right to the second baseman, Walters, 1 out.
Now hitting number 16, Cade Tharp.
That brings up Cade Tharp. And I mentioned Trevor Slayton's homer. Those back-to-back homers happened in a blink of the eye, as both of them picked on the first pitch and hit them over the wall. Tharps went to center field, and he takes strike 1. Mustangs had P.J. Rich on the ropes. Bases loaded, 1 out, but Rich was able to escape with no damage done. Bases empty, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Davis County trails by 5. The pitch. Chopped foul to the third base side, 0-2. Tharp walked in his only plate appearance back in the 1st inning. Rich with a long look now, he nods, comes set, and comes on with the 0-2. That was outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 3rd inning is brought to you by Geotech. Call Jody for all your top quality black dirt, fill sand, and wash gravel needs. And now the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Tharp strikes out. 2 down.
Now hitting for your Mustangs, we have number 2, Draven DeCry.
Draven DeCry will look to start a 2-out rally for the Mustangs. He grounded out to 3rd his first time up. And here comes the first pitch to DeCry. It's a curveball taken high for ball 1. DeCry was the starting second baseman in game 1. And now he is the DH batting for Garl Norman here in game 2. And the 1-0. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Draven DeCry. He bats with the bases empty and 2 outs. And now the pitch. Outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Clay Collier on deck for the Mustangs if DeCry can keep this inning alive. And now the 2-1 pitch. That got a piece of DeCry's front arm, and he'll go to first on the hit by pitch. Clay Collier's the batter. Rich looked like he was going to have a nice tidy 1-2-3 inning, but he hits DeCry, and now a wild pitch to the backstop will allow DeCry to go to second.
Now hitting for your Davis County Mustangs, number 11, Clay Collier.
Collier with a hit can possibly drive in Davis County's first run of the game. Here's the 1-0 from Rich. That got a piece of Collier. Ouch. Hit his front foot, and he's not too happy. And he'll take first base. Assistant coach Joe Bruce will check on him. Looks like we're going to have a runner for the courtesy runner for the catcher. It's Hunter Bell. That would give the coaches a chance to look at the front leg of, or I should say the left leg of Clay Collier.
Now batting is Noah Zmolik, number 8. And our courtesy runner is Hunter Bell, number 13.
So the home plate umpire, Ken Moon, is talking with head coach Todd White about the changes. Honestly, seems pretty simple. A courtesy runner for the catcher. And so now that he's confirmed with Todd White what the changes are, he goes over to Daryl Dotson, the head coach of Chariton. So 2 straight hit batters have men at first and second with 2 outs. For Noah Smolik, who had an infield single his last time up. P.J. Rich's first pitch is outside for ball 1. The throw of second looked like that hit the cry in the back, and he's still safe at second. 1-0 to count to Davis County. They trail 5-0 here in the bottom of the third. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. And Rich is getting set to deliver the 1-0 pitch to Noah Smolik. And here it comes. Fouled at the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. This will be the last meeting of the regular season between Davis County and Chariton. And as I said in game 1, they do have a chance to meet each other in the postseason. Here's the 1-1. Curveball is hit in the air, and there's the catch made by the shortstop Fisher to retire the side. So Smolik pops out, and the inning is over for Davis County. No runs, no hits, a couple of hit batters, and 2 men left. And at the end of 3 is Sheridan 5, Davis County nothing on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Nothing says summer like hitting the open road. Get your vehicle summer driving ready. Cruising to work with the windows open and the convertible top down, going to the local fairs, or taking your much-needed holiday on the open road. Ray's Rapid Lube and Car Wash can get your car summer driving ready. Oil changes to the touchless car wash. Quick car wash to the super car wash. Ray fits in your budget so you can put more in your tank. Ray's Rapid Lube, 301 North Madison in Ottumwa. Attention Southern Iowa, do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield has the most competitive prices on new mattresses in all different sizes. Darren sells camper mattresses, commercial bedding, rollaways, special order sizes, bed frames, and mattress protectors. Call Darren today and he'll meet you at the warehouse. Dixon's Mattress Outlet, 641-664-3060. That's 664-3060. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Top of the 4th rolls in. Sheridan leads at 5-0 over Davis County as Kate Tharp, who was able to get the last out of the 3rd inning, now will start his first full inning of work. And he'll be greeted by Quentin Curtis to lead off the top of the 4th. Tharp's first pitch is taken at the knees for strike one. Curtis has walked and struck out so far today. The 0-1. Grounded right back to the pitcher. Tharp smothers, throws a first, one out. Now here's Jackson Fisher to shortstop. First pitch is taken wide for ball one. Fisher hit into a double play and also singled and scored.
Now batting is number 17, Jackson Fisher.
Next pitch coming from Tharp, outside, 2-0. The 2-0 pitch hit a mile high in the infield. Kramer settles under it, I think, and he makes the catch. He scrambled under it, then he stopped, and then he started running again, and he made a running catch to the right of the mound for out number 2.
Next up, number 24, Colby Wirtz.
So Colby Wirtz will bat. Base is empty, 2 outs. Tharp will look to get a quick 1-2-3 inning. Here's the first pitch to Wirtz. Curveball, strike one. Good pitch by Tharp. Wirtz is 1 for 1. He walked and scored in the second, singled and scored in the third. The 0-1. Foul tipped into the glove of Collier. No balls and 2 strikes. Tharp looking to hold Sheridan off the scoreboard for just a second inning tonight, and he swings and misses. It goes to the backstop. Collier's going to have to throw to first, which he does. Nice throw by Collier from the backstop, and the inning is over. Sheridan goes down 1-2-3. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Davis County trails 5-0 on the Tumble Radio Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
The 4th inning is brought to you by Wells Hometown Drugs. Stop in and see Milo and his team today, and don't forget they offer free delivery to Bloomfield and the surrounding areas. Davis County has some work to do, down 5-0. And they'll look to get the bats going with the bottom third of their lineup. That's Nathan Smolik, Isaac Kramer, and Caleb Wagler, who will bat for the first time in this game.
First Mustang up to bat for this inning is number 14, Nathan Smolik.
They had to wait for the catcher Wirtz to get his gear back on, so I don't think Rich even had a chance to throw his warm-up pitches yet. So yeah, we're going to have to wait for Rich to finish up his warm-up pitches. Well, that was the last one, and Wirtz was going to wing it the second, but he dropped it. So he'll just lollipop it over to second, and we will get things started here in the bottom of the fourth. Davis County's had their chances. Despite not scoring any runs, they only have one hit, but they have left 6 men on base over the first 3 innings. Now the senior on senior night, Nathan Smolik, the left fielder, looks at ball 1. Rich has been wild but effective in this game. The 1-0 is on the outside corner, strike 1. Hasn't allowed a run. Just 1 hit. But he's walked 2. And he's hit 2 batters. That's ball 2. So over the course of 3 innings, Rich has been pretty much all over the place. 2-1 pitch. Curveball, laced foul down the left field line. And that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That bounces back into the field of play, so Gukin, the left fielder, will have to retrieve that baseball. Rich also has a strikeout. And he did that last inning when he got Tharp to go down swinging. And a 2-2. Curveball stays high, and the count is full. Payoff pitch to Nathan Smolik. Strike 3 called. Smolik was frozen on the curveball on the outside corner, 1 out. Isaac Kramer will now bat with the bases empty and 1 out. And he gets hit by the pitch. That is the 3rd hit batter by Rich. And that is a base runner for Davis County. So Caleb Wagler.
Next up to bat is number 23, Caleb Wagler.
He will bat for the first time today. After Logan Hale, who started the game as the pitcher, left in the 3rd inning. Colvin Wirtz, the catcher, comes out to talk to Rich, his pitcher. And Wagler is set. Kramer takes his lead from first. And the pitch. Kramer bluffed going, but he doesn't, and it's ball 1. We'll go back to the top of the order after Wagler bats. And now the 1-0 from Rich, taken inside, ball 2. And really, as I said, Rich has an ERA of 7.17, and despite having just opponents batting 171, actually 154 against him, as that pitch is taken for a strike. And it's really the walks that have been detrimental to him. 17 walks over 13 2/3 innings. And he's also hit 5 batters over the course of the season. Add 3 to that tally. The 2-1 in the dirt, 3 balls and 1 strike. And good patient at bats. In this case, Caleb Wagler, down by 5. Hitting a 5-run homer is physically impossible. But you can move the line, get on base, and try to give your team a chance to get closer to 3-1. Chop foul to the third base side, out of play, and that runs the count full. Owen Bennett waits on deck for the Mustangs, trailing 5-0. Run our first one out. Count is full to Caleb Wagler. Here's the pitch by Rich, fouled away. And although Rich is still working on a shutout, Mustangs have made him work. This next pitch coming from Rich will be pitch number 70, with just one out in the fourth inning. Another 3-2 pitch to Wagler. Fouled off to the first base side. Chariton off to a good start, up 5-0. But their issue, as head coach Daryl Dotson, has been holding their leads. Runner bluff going, and it is ball 4 on the high curveball from P.J. Rich. And now 2 are on with 1 out, and we'll go back to the top of the order.
Starting us back at the top of the order again.
So Owen Bennett strides in, and he is 0 for 2 so far. Fouled out to the third baseman, and then tapped back to the pitcher. Here's the first pitch to Owen Bennett, and that is hit to second. Only play will be the first, and the second baseman Walters flips to first for the out. 2 away.
Next up we have number 9, Trevor Slayton.
Trevor Slayton has a chance to drive in 1, possibly 2 Davis County Mustang runs, as the runners did advance to second and third on that ground out. Here's the first pitch to Trevor, taken high for ball 1. Slayton 0 for 2 with a fly out and a pop out. Davis County looking for one big hit to change their fortunes here in game 2 of our doubleheader. The 1-0. Popped up behind the plate. Does Wirtz have a play? No, he does not. Wirtz had trouble picking up the ball off the bat, and by the time he realized it was going to stay in play at the backstop, he wasn't able to get back quick enough to make the catch. So a bit of a break for Slayton. One ball, one strike to the Davis County senior shortstop. And the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. And now Slayton will have to battle down 1 and 2. Getting men on base has not been an issue for the Mustangs. Getting them in has. Here in our nightcap. The 1-2. Grounded to short. Fisher gobbles it up, throws the first. Low throw, but a good pick by Lane on the back end. And the inning is over. So Davis County leaves 2 more men on base. And at the end of 4, Sheridan has a 5-0 lead on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. Attention Southern Iowa. Do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield has the most competitive prices on new mattresses in all different sizes. Darren sells camper mattresses, commercial bedding, rollaways, special order sizes, bed frames, and mattress protectors. Call Darren today and he'll meet you at the warehouse. Dixon's Mattress Outlet, 641-664-3060. That's 664-3060. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
We're at the top of the 5th, and Davis County trails Chariton by the score of 5-0. Great to have you with us on the Atomo Radio Sports Network. Ellis Kojo, along with Corey Finch, our producer. Preston Lane will lead things off for Sheridan. Tharp's first pitch is taken outside for ball 1. Lane has struck out, walked, and scored. That pitch is low for ball 2. Lane, Walters, and Gookin, the three to face Tharp, who had a 1-2-3 inning in the last frame. The 2-0 curveball stays high, and it's 3-0. Mustangs try to keep the faith, believing that they can come back if Tharp can hold them. And there's a strike. As we get in towards the middle innings and towards the end, that's fouled back, running the count full of 3-2. And a 3-2 pitch to Lane. He walked him. First walk allowed by Tharp.
Now batting number 23, Reed Walters.
Now Reed Walters will step in. First pitch comes home, and it's taken inside for ball 1. Walter singled and scored in the second, and then lined out to Bennett, the right fielder, back in the third. Runner at first, nobody out. And now the 1-0 from Tharp. Inside ball 2. Lane taking his lead from first. And a 2-0. That's bounced to the plate. 3 balls, no strikes. Sun is completely set as you're looking out at a darkening sky here at the Davis County Fairgrounds. Inside ball 4, and 2 straight walks open the top of the 5th. So Tyler Gookin is now up. And he is 0 for 2. He flew out and reached on an error. Sheridan has himself an opportunity to extend their lead. Tharp looking for a double play ball. Gookin squares the bunt, and he bunts it foul to the third base side. No balls, 1 strike to Tyler Gookin. And the next one from Tharp. Outside ball 1. Gookin squared the bunt in the first pitch, didn't square in the second pitch. Now the 1-1 pitch, he squares the bunt, takes a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looks like both corners were charging then, so it looks like they had the wheel play on. But with 2 strikes, you figure that Gukin won't be scoring the bunt here. The pitch, and it's taken outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I have a feeling if Tharp can just get an out in this inning, he might be able to settle down and work his way out of it. But Gukin is a key batter. Don't want to load the bases with nobody out. That slap foul to the left field side out of play. Ken Moon needed some extra baseballs, and he is supplied by Gavin McCall of Davis County. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Gukin. Timeout called, and I think it was called by Collier, the catcher, who wants to come out to talk to Tharp. You can watch archive Davis County games from the entire season by going to AtomoRadioSports.com. You can also go to our YouTube page. Just go to YouTube and look up Atomo Radio, and all the season's worth of Davis County games will be there for your viewing pleasure as well. Strike 3 called, and that's a huge out number 1 as Gukin goes down looking.
Now batting number 8, P.J. Rich.
So now a double play ball will get Tharp out of this inning. P.J. Rich is the batter. Ball 1 outside. Rich is 1 for 2, singled in the second and lined out to the second baseman Kramer in the third. The 1-0. Fouled away at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wagler, the first baseman, is playing even with the bag, but he's not holding on Walters at first. Noah Smolik is playing back at third, and there's a strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Middle of the infield, Slayton at short and Kramer at second is at double play depth. Now, actually, Kramer goes back more to his customary position. Fastball taken up and away, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The next one coming to Rich. Fouled away, and that got a piece of Collier, the catcher. Ken Moon, the home plate umpire, asked him if he's okay. Always an interesting dynamic, the bond between catcher and home plate umpire. They both wear gear, and they both take a beating behind the plate. So I think that gives them a sense of mutual respect. That's hit foul to the first base side. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. And another 2-2 pitch coming from Tharp. Fouled away. And another 2-2 pitch from Tharp. It's a swing and a miss. 2 straight strikeouts for Tharp. And a huge out number 2.
Now batting number 2, Caden Fitzgerald.
2 on, 2 out. So Tharp walked the first 2 batters, then struck out the next 2. And now Caden Fitzgerald stands between Tharp and a scoreless inning. Ball 1. Fitzgerald doesn't have an official at-bat so far in this game. Walked in the first, was hit by a pitch in the third. fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike to Fitzgerald. That hit by pitch in the third ended the day for Logan Hale, who went 2 1/3. He allowed all 5 runs. Four of which were earned. That pitch is outside for ball 2. He walked 4, Hale did, while striking out 2. The 2-1 curveball stays upstairs. 3 balls and a strike. Don't want to lose Fitzgerald as Brady Hamilton, the leadoff hitter, is waiting on deck. And the pitch. Fouled away, and that count is full. So with a full count and 2 outs, the Preston Lane from second and Walters from first will be running on the pitch. Tharp with the nod, comes set. Rocks and fires. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Brady Hamilton.
Now batting, number 13, Brady Hamilton.
Head coach Todd White pops out of the third base dugout to talk to his senior right-hander, Kate Tharp. Tharp at 42 pitches. Is he tiring, or does he just want to give him a bit of a breather? Tharp did well to almost wiggle out of this mess. But now the bases are loaded, all via the walk. And looks like the conversation well, we'll see if the conversation, nope, it continues. Nope, it's over, okay. Davis County Baseball is brought to you by William Penn University. Is the place to widen your potential. Daytime, online, and evening classes begin every 8 weeks. Visit wmpenn.edu for more information. Brady Hamilton is the batter. 1 for 3 here in game 2, and he has an RBI single. Chopped just foul, as that would have ended the inning, as Wagler had that ground ball gobbled up at first, but instead it's just strike 1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Sheridan up 5-0, looking to add to their lead. Huge batter here. And the pitch by Tharp is a curveball up by the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lane at third, Walters at first. Walters at second, Fitzgerald at first, as ball 2 gets thrown into Hamilton. All have reached via the walk here in the top of the 5th. And as I said, big batter here. 2-1 to count to Hamilton. The pitch, swing and a miss. And Tharp is a strike away from getting out of this inning. Tharp in the windup, and he kicks and deals. Outside, the count is full, and the merry-go-round will start. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And the runners will be going on the pitch from Tharp. Here it comes. Fouled back. We'll do it again. Another 3-2 pitch to Hamilton. The runners go. Ball 4. That walks in a run to make it 6-0 Sheridan. Tharp battled, but he lost Hamilton, who gets an RBI by the walk. It's Tharp's fourth walk of the inning. And inning is extended to Quentin Curtis. He swings and misses at the first pitch for strike one.
Now batting number 4, Quentin Curtis.
That has to be frustrating for Tharp. A strike away, but ends up losing Hamilton. And the 0-1 pitch is high for ball one. And now the 1-1. Fastball upstairs, 2-1. Head coach Todd White letting his senior try to battle through it. He already walked in a run, and now the count is 2-1 on Quentin Curtis with the bases loaded. 2 outs in the inning, and the pitch. Curveball, strike 2. Nice pitch by Tharp. And again, Tharp is a strike away from sending us to the bottom of the 5th. Here's a break-even pitch to Curtis. Popped up on the infield. Tharp has it, and that will end the inning. But Chariton does push across another run on the bases-loaded walk. And at the end of 4.5, it's Chariton 6, Davis County nothing on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
This is Milo Wells, your pharmacist at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. When you need prescriptions, stop in and see me. If you aren't a current customer, we will help you fill out a new patient form, which takes less than 5 minutes. We have a lot of over-the-counter items and have vaccines. We are here 6 days a week and offer free delivery in Bloomfield and surrounding areas. I pride myself on professionalism and small-town customer service, and our pharmacy reflects those values. Stop in and see us at Wells Hometown Drug next to CarQuest in Bloomfield.
This is Lisa Bell. Hey, all you Davis County Mustang fans. The agents at Northside Insurance are just like you. We support the Mustangs too. We're proud to live in Bloomfield, where we help families like yours with auto, home, business, farm, and life insurance. Get the professional coaching you need to win at life. Give us a call at Northside Insurance in Bloomfield and Centerville today, 664-2362. And go Mustangs! Nationwide is on your side. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio, subject to underwriting guidelines, review, and approval.
Go Mustangs!
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Davis County now trails 6-0 to the Chargers of Chariton as we welcome you back to the Davis County Fairgrounds. PJ Rich has now half a dozen run lead to work with. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up for the Mustangs, starting with Kate Tharp, the first baseman.
Starting our Mustangs off this inning, we have number 16, Cade Tharp.
It's been a frustrating game number 2 for the Mustangs, as they have had at least one base runner in every inning. But they haven't been able to get that big hit to drive in a run. Rich ready to get us started here in the bottom of the 6th, and the curveball is taken for ball 1. Scoreboard threw me off. It's the bottom of the 5th inning, not the bottom of the 6th. And now the 1-0. Fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tharp has walked and struck out here in game 2. The 1-1 is a curveball that bends outside. 2 balls and a strike. And now the 2-1 to Tharp. Bounces to the plate, 3 balls and a strike. Driver to card waits on deck. And Rich, although he has been wild, has held Davis County to just 1 hit through the first 4 innings of this game. It was an infield single by Noah Smolik in the second. That's been the only hit against Rich, the 3-1. Ball 4. So again, Davis County gets a man on. And we'll see if he can come around to score. Walks are brought to you by Slayton Polaris. Don't walk from field to field. Call Tim and Dean for the best deal on Polaris Rangers and ATVs and enjoy a smooth ride on the Polaris to get those chores done. Caden Glosser is the courtesy runner.
Our courtesy runner is number 5, Caden Glosser.
And Draven DeCry will bat with a man on first and nobody out. Rich comes set, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Despite allowing just a 1 hit, he has allowed his fair share of base runners, Rich has, and actually here comes head coach Daryl Dotson. Rich is at 81 pitches by my count. And let's see if Dotson takes the ball from his pitcher. But they count at 1-0, and he looks like he's pointing out to the outfield. So it sure does look like he is about to change pitcher, but let's wait to make sure. As the entire infield is gathered at the mound. Nope. He will stick with Rich. Just wanted to give him a bit of a pep talk. It's like what I told you in game 1, how he feels like his Chargers play a good 5 innings and then really can't finish the game off in innings 6 and 7, and that rung painfully true for Dotson in game 1, where Sheridan had a 5-3 lead, but thanks to a 4-run Davis County 6th inning, they were able to come away with a 7-5 win in the opener. 1-0 to count to DeCry. Runner at first. The pitch bounces to the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Before Coach Dotson came out of the dugout, I was going to tell you the number of walks that have been allowed by Rich, and now he's up to 5 so far. And he has DeCry at 2-0, throw to first, but just a bit of a lollipop throw to first, and Glosser is back easily. Davis County wrapping up the regular season. Knoxville tomorrow will be the end of the regular year, as there's a swing and a miss by DeCry, 2-1. And then the Mustangs won't play again until next Tuesday in Donaldson against the winner of Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont, and Albia. The 2-1. Curveball taken high, and it's 3-1. So thanks to their solid regular season, Davis County earned a first-round bye, so they won't have to play in the first round on Saturday. That is not the case for Sheridan, as they'll be playing Van Buren out in Eddyville. First pitch scheduled for 5 o'clock this upcoming Saturday. The 3-1 popped up. Shallow left center field, and it drops. That was up in the air for a while, but it drops. And Draven DeCry is aboard, and the first 2 Mustangs have reached.
Our next batter is number 11, Clay Collier.
So the door has been cracked open. Can the Mustangs walk through? That will go as a single, but that really should have been an out. As one of Hamilton, the center fielder, Gook, and the left fielder, or Fisher, shortstop, should have caught that. And that's a strike to Collier. But that's the second hit of the game for Davis County. Runners at first and second, nobody out, the 0-1. Curveball, strike 2. Good pitch by Rich. So as I told you, next Tuesday, Davis County will be playing in their playoff game versus the winner of Eddyville and Albia. We'll be broadcasting that game live on KRKN 104.3. That's where you'll check all the action. The 0-2 pitch, strike 3 called. A 3-pitch strikeout to Collier. And that's the first out of the bottom of the 5th. Noah Smolik will now bat. And he, as I said a couple batters ago, was the only Davis County hit back in the second before driving to Cry's fly ball that wasn't caught that ended up being a single, and there's ball 1.
Now batting number 8, Noah Smolik.
So Smolik is 1 for 2, and he looks to get his second hit of the game, and his second hit may give Davis County their first run with Gloucester, the courtesy runner, standing at second. DeCry takes his lead from first, and he swings and misses. That was a curveball that was aimed at his back foot. Smolik came up empty for strike 1. And now the 0-1. Curveball fouled at the plate. And it's quickly 0-2. So be sure to check out all the action live on 104.3 KRKN as we're going back to the old school broadcasting on the radio. The 0-2 pitch bounces away from Wirtz, the catcher, and the runners will move up to second and third. That was a wild pitch that Wirtz could not keep blocked. And the first run for Davis County is now 90 feet away. One ball, 2 strikes to Noah Smolik. The pitch by Rich, a curveball. Smolik puts it in play to third base. The throw to first is not in time. He dropped it. Smolik is safe. Scoring on the play is Gloucester to make it 6-1. So Davis County gets on the board on, we'll call that a fielder's choice. And an RBI by Smolik.
Now batting number 14, Nathan Smolik.
Actually, that was more of an error as the ball was dropped by the first baseman Lane, so we'll call that E3. Nevertheless, Davis County is on the board 6-1. And now here's Nathan Smolik, the senior. He squares the bunt. Throw to first, and diving back is Noah Smolik. Figure head coach Daryl Dotson will go to the limit with P.J. Rich. He's at 93 pitches. Of course, 110 is the limit for high school pitchers. They throw back to first, and again, Smolik scrambles back to the bag. Timeout called. Wirtz wants to come out to talk to Rich, and Fisher, the shortstop, wants to come in as well. Runners at the corners, 1 out. A run in for the Mustangs here in the 5th. They trail 6-1. And the pitch to Nathan Smolik is pop foul out of play to the right side. Smolik laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd inning and then struck out looking in the 4th. He squared the bunt before the first pitch, but then he swung away when the actual first pitch came to the plate. Here's the 0-1. Runner goes from second, and the throw goes all the way through, but Noah Smolik, is safe standing at third, or second, I should say. That puts runners at second and third with 1 out. Rich with the set, kicks and deals. Curveball and a beauty. Strike 2 to Nathan Smolik. And now the 1-2 to Nathan Smolik. Got a piece of it to stay alive. That was a fastball down by his ankles, or a curveball down by his ankle, and he was able to get a piece. DeCry at third, Noah Smolik at second. And now the 1-2 to Nathan Smolik. He fought it off, and that's going to drop in left field for a base hit. DeCry scores. Noah Smolik coming home. The throw is cut off. 6-3. A 2-run single by Nathan Smolik. So the Mustangs fighting back, and Smolik takes second on the throw. So things are getting a little bit more interesting here in Bloomfield.
Now batting number 17, Isaac Kramer.
What a good at-bat by Nathan Smolik. That pitch got in on his hands, and he was able to just get enough of it to dump it into the left field, and there's a curveball well outside for ball 1. 98 pitches for P.J. Rich. The 1-0. Hit well out to left field. It is over the head of the left fielder Gookin. Coming around is Nathan Smolik. He scores. Isaac Kramer had to scramble back to second. It's an RBI double for Kramer. 6-4. And now Caleb Wagler represents the tying run here in what has been a 4-run 5th inning for the Mustangs. This will be pitch number 100 for Rich. Wagler sees it bounce in front of him. Kramer reads it all the way, and he'll easily take third base. Kramer had a very aggressive lead at second anyway, and once he saw the pitch bounce in front of Wirtz, he took off, and there was no chance to throw him out at third. So a runner at third, 1 out, and 1-0 the count to Wagler. Curveball, strike 1. Wagler in his only plate appearance walked back in the 4th. For all intents and purposes, this is probably either this batter or Bennett will most likely be the last batters for Rich unless he retires them quickly. Curveball stays high, and it's 2-1. So a mixed bag for Rich. He was able to dance out of trouble the first 4 innings, but the Mustangs finally got to him here in inning number 5 for 4 runs. And they look to make it more. The 2-1, ball 3. And coming up is the top of the Davis County order. Owen Bennett is looming on deck. 3-1 to count to Caleb Wagler with a runner at third and 1 out. And the pitch. Strike on the outside corner, and looks like Rich is depending solely on the curveball here towards the end of his outing. Three and 2 to count. Rich takes a peek to third. And now the pitch. Curveball, swing, and a miss. And Wagler goes down. That is a huge out number 2 for Rich. Back to the top of the order, and Owen Bennett.
Now batting number 12, Owen Bennett.
And Bennett, just like Wagler, represents the tying run. If anything, you just want to get that runner in from third. Timeout called by Daryl Dotson, and that may do it for his pitcher, P.J. Rich. He's at 105 pitches by my count. And don't know quite what's going on. I think Dotson was checking on the number of pitches that Rich had. So he was wondering if his pitcher could pitch to Owen Bennett to try to close out this 5th inning, which he can. As I said, I have him at 105. Even if he goes over the 110, he can finish off the batter. So he can conceivably go to 200 pitches if it's still Owen Bennett at the plate. Not that it would go that far, but you get my point. So this will be Rich's final batter of the game. And he will either keep Chariton in the lead or Davis County will continue their rally, and they will see another Chariton pitcher here in the bottom of the 5th. Here we go. Left-hander versus left-hander. Runner at third with 2 outs. Rich's first pitch to Bennett is a curveball hit on the ground to Walters at second. Throw the first in time, and the inning is over. But Davis County does score 4 runs that they push across on 3 hits. An error with a man left. And as we head to the 6th, things have gotten much more interesting here in Davis County as the Mustangs trail 6-4 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales Event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Davis County, thanks to a 4-run 5th inning, now only trails Chariton 6-4. They were down 6-0 in this game. Cathar back on top of the bump as he will look to set down the 3, 4, 5 hitters for Chariton, starting with Jackson Fisher, the shortstop.
Starting your Chargers off this inning, we have number 17, Jackson Fisher.
Tharp winds and deals to Fisher. Curveball over but low, ball 1. And now the 1-0. Ground ball, and a big hop comes over to Smolik at third. Guns it over to first for the out. Colby Wirtz, the catcher, will now bat. And Tharp just wants to set the Chargers down 1-2-3 to try to get the Mustangs back into the dugout. Here's the first pitch to Wirtz. Slap foul the other way, strike 1.
Now batting is number 24, Colby Wirtz.
Wirtz is 1 for 2 so far. He walked and scored in the second, singled and scored in the third, and struck out swinging in the fourth. And now the 0-1. Curveball, lined back up the middle for a base hit. A solid single by Wirtz, his second of the night. And that'll move the line to Preston Lane, the first baseman.
Next up to bat, number 25, Preston Lane.
Lane has walked twice, and he's also scored twice. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Max Alvis is the courtesy runner who comes in for Colby Wirtz. He's had a busy job, as this will be the third time he's courtesy run for Wirtz. First pitch to Lane, taken high and tight for ball 1. And now the 1-0. Over but low, 2 balls, no strikes. Just past the 10 o'clock hour here in Bloomfield. And we've been treated 2 pretty good ball games tonight between Davis County and Chariton. There's a strike. The ball gets under the, went between the legs of the umpire and then went behind him. And he was trying to twist out of the way. It seemed like the ball followed him wherever the umpire wanted to go. But no advancement by always the runner at first. And the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the next one coming to Preston Lane. Over but low, 3 balls and a strike. Sheridan with 2 runs in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fifth to take a 6-0 lead. And then Davis County rallied with 4 in the fifth. Strike 2. With the count 3-2, you have a fast runner at first. Does Darryl Dotson decide the run with Always? He stays put, and it's ball 4. So Lane draws his 3rd walk of the game.
Now batting number 23, Reed Walters.
And now Reed Walters will bat, and Tharp will look for the double play ball. Top of the 6th, Chargers lead at 6-4. Swing and a miss by Walters, 0-1. Walters singled and scored in the second, lined out in the third, and then walked in the fifth. The 0-1. Hit on the ground, foul, wide of third, 0-2. Tharp has held Sheridan to just 1 run since he came in relief. There's a swing and a miss. And the runner's going to have to go to first, and he's out at third. So you had a strikeout, and then Always tried to take third on the play, but he trotted over to third, and he was out, and the inning is over. What a weird way to end the inning, but Davis County will take it. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Chargers 6, Mustangs 4 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Nothing says summer like hitting the open road. Get your vehicle summer driving ready. Cruising to work with the windows open and the convertible top down, going to the local fairs, or taking your much-needed holiday on the open road. Ray's Rapid Lube and Car Wash can get your car summer driving ready. Oil changes to the touchless car wash. Quick car wash to the super car wash. Ray fits in your budget so you can put more in your tank. Ray's Rapid Lube, 301 North Madison in Ottumwa.
This is Milo Wells, your pharmacist at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. When you need prescriptions, stop in and see me. If you aren't a current customer, we will help you fill out a new patient form, which takes less than 5 minutes. We have a lot of over-the-counter items and have vaccines. We are here 6 days a week and offer free delivery in Bloomfield and surrounding areas. I pride myself on professionalism and small-town customer service, and our pharmacy reflects those values. Stop in and see us at Wells Hometown Drug next to CarQuest in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
New pitcher in the game for Chariton, and it is Aiden Munt, an 8th grader. And he'll be tasked to getting the last 6 outs of this game for the visiting side. And all the 8th grader needs to do, he's a left-hander, by the way, all he needs to do is to open up his outing is to get out Davis County's best hitter, Trevor Slayton, and their second best hitter, Kate Tharp, both of which who homered in game 1 of our doubleheader. So good luck, kid. Go get them. 6-4 is our score. Sheridan with the lead. They've led throughout. Davis County rallied with 4 runs in the 5th. Kate Tharp was able to coax a 0 out of the Sheridan offense, and now Davis County will look to tie or perhaps even take the lead. Aiden Munt, this is his 8th appearance for the 8th grader. He's pitched 22 innings so far this year. He has a 1-3 record, an ERA of 2.86. Opponents are batting .275 off him, and in those 22 innings, he struck out 13 while walking 7.
Starting your Mustangs off this inning is number 9, Trevor Slayton.
Munt looks back to his second baseman, Walters. And I believe we're ready now. And the first pitch coming from Munt, taken over at the knees for strike 1. And the next one is lined up the middle, but right to the shortstop, Fisher. And he catches a soft liner for out number 1. That will bring up Kate Tharp.
Number 16, Kate Tharp.
And he is hitless in 3 plate appearances. He has a couple of walks and a strikeout. Tharp looks at ball 1. The crowd waits on deck, and when you get to these late innings, all you need is a bloop and a blast. So if anybody can get on base, then the tying run will come to the plate. Strike 1 on a nice pitch from Aiden Munt. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball outside, 2 balls and a strike. Davis County looking to complete another comeback win like they did in game 1 of our doubleheader. The 2-1 outside, 3-1. Davis County trailed 5-3 going to the bottom of the 6th of game 1, and they ended up scoring 4 in the bottom of the 6th and ended up winning it 7-5. Hit high and deep to center field. Back is Hamilton. It's gone! Kate Tharp to dead center again. A solo shot to get Davis County within 1. It's 6-5. So now Draven DeCry will bat. And Davis County trails by just 1 now at 6-5.
Now hitting number 2, Draven DeCry.
Base is empty, 1 out. And DeCry sees a pitch bounce to the backstop for ball 1. The 1-0 is wide for ball 2. DeCry hit a fly ball that honestly should have been caught by either Hamilton or Gukin, the center fielder or left fielder. Neither did. It dropped for a hit, and that really opened the gates for Davis County. There's a grounded to deep short. Fisher smothers it, but he won't have a play, and it's an infield single for DeCry, and the tying run is on base for Davis County.
Now batting number 11,
Clay Collier struck out looking his last time up. Actually, P.J. Rich, in his last inning of work, struck out Collier on 3 pitches. That's when he started breaking out that curveball. I think he threw 3 straight curveballs to Collier, and he comes up empty on that swing for strike 1. Collier was hit by a pitch earlier in the game, but he seems to be fine after getting hit in the left leg. That's taken inside ball 1. And now the 1-1. Strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 to Collier. Runner goes from first. Collier pops it up, and DeCry's going to have to try to scramble back as the catch is made by Fisher, the shortstop. DeCry was able to get back to first, and there are 2 outs. Mustangs trail 6-5. Noah Smolik will be the batter.
now batting number 8, Noah Smolik.
Jared DeCry stands at first. He represents the tying run. 2 outs in the inning, and Aiden Munt, the 8th grader who came in relief, will look for 1 more out, and he gets a swing and a miss out of Smolik for strike 1. Nathan Smolik probably had one of the biggest hits of the night. A 2-run single, which got Davis County to within 3 at 6-3, and he later came around to score on the Isaac Kramer double. Runner goes, pitch is fouled away. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. So Smolik's going to have to battle. And the pitch is well outside, making it 1-2. So Kate Tharp with that homer is now tied with the team lead with Trevor Slayton. Both have 4 on the season. Runner goes, and the pitch is outside for a ball, and there will be no throw as that goes all the way to the backstop. DeCry has a stolen base. So now the tying run is in scoring position. With a base hit, Smolik has the possibility of tying this game. Here's a pitch by Munt in the dirt. DeCry tries to go to third, to throw to third, and he's safe. Whew. DeCry took a chance on the slightly wild pitch, but he made it work and was able to make it to third. And now, not only will a hit tie the game, but a pass ball, an error, a wild pitch. Hit the other way, down the right field line. It's fair! DeCry scores, and we are tied at 6. It is a whole new ball game here in Bloomfield. Another Davis County rally. Noah Smolik with a huge game-tying RBI single to score DeCry. And it is 6-6.
Now hitting number 14, Nathan Smolik.
Nathan Smolik now bats. And ball 1 to Smolik. Mentioned that big 2-run single he had this last time up. Had to feel good for the senior on senior night to do that. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and missed. The throw to second is well above the head of the second baseman, Walters. He just barely got a piece of it to keep it in the infield. That was ball 1. And it makes the count 1 ball, 1 strike to Nathan Smolik. So another stolen base for Noah Smolik, his second of the game. And now the go-ahead run is in scoring position for Nathan Smolik. And the pitch. Fouled off, and it is 1-2. And a 1-2. Curveball, swing and a miss, and that will do it for Davis County. But the Mustangs do tie it up with 2 runs, one of which was a solo shot by Kay Tharp. The RBI single by Noah Smolik has tied it up at 6 as we head to the 7th inning on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
We are tied at 6 here in the top of the 7th. And Kay Tharp fires in ball 1 to Tyler Gookin. Chopper up the middle. Slayton to shortstop, got a bad hop, and he won't come up with the play. So Gookin is aboard. He represents the go-ahead run. Aiden Munt, who is just entered the game on the mound, will take his first at bat, and he looks at strike 1. Throw to first, and back safely is Gookin. Throw back to first, and again, Gookin slides back safely. Been treated to a couple of good ball games. Davis County able to come from behind 7-5 win in game 1. Here in game 2, they trailed 6-0. And they've come all the way back to tie things up here as we play in the 7th inning. And there is ball 1 to Aiden Munt. He squared the bunt on that last pitch, and now head coach Daryl Dotson wants to talk to his 8th grader. In the meantime, Collier will come out to talk to his pitcher Tharp. As I mentioned, Sheridan had a 6-0 lead going to the bottom of the 5th, but the Mustangs scoring 4 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th to tie it up. K. Tharp hitting his team tying 4th home run in that 6th inning, a solo shot. The 1-1, he squares the bunt, now slaps away at it and is foul to the left field side, out of play. Bit of a Baltimore chop action there. One and 2. K. Tharp's pitch count is manageable. He's only at 70. Ball 2. So every pitch, Montez squared the bunt and then pulled it back to swing away. Now the 2-2 pitch, he squares the bunt again, swings away and fouls it off. Two balls and 2 strikes. The count to Munt. Here's a swing and a miss, and the throw to first is not in time to get Gookin off first, but that is a strikeout for Tharp, and Munt is out number 1. Munt threw his bat down in frustration, not happy that he struck out in that situation. And now here's Caden Fitzgerald, the right fielder. Throw to first, and again, Gookin is safe. Gookin stole a base back in the 3rd. That might be why K. Tharp is paying particular attention to Tyler Gookin. Tharp with a look in, now peeks over his shoulder. First pitch and squaring the bunt was Fitzgerald, but he pulls it back to take ball 1. Fitzgerald has walked twice. One of those walks was with the bases loaded, so he has an RBI. He was also hit by a pitch. The 1-0. He fouled that one off as he squared the bunt, and looked like that pitch was aimed for his belly, but that's where the bat was, and ended up flying back to the fence behind him. And now the 1-1 from Tharp. Hit the other way, down the right field line, foul. One ball and 2 strikes. And Caden Fitzgerald will get back into the right-hander's box to face the right-hander Tharp. Gookin leads off from first. And the pitch. Curveball, strike 3 called. Good pitch by Tharp. He throws Fitzgerald 2 outs. Back to the top of the order and Brady Hamilton. Hamilton so far has 2 RBI in this game, and he fouls that one away. He drove in a run with a single in the 2nd, And then he drove in another run with a bases loaded by drawing a bases loaded walk in the 5th. We're on our first 2 outs. We are tied at 6. Tharp looking for one more out to send it to the bottom of the 7th and see if the Mustangs can walk it off. No balls, 1 strikes to Hamilton. Tharp kicks and deals outside. And now the 1-1 pitch from Tharp. Bounce to the plate, but a good stop by Collier, and he managed to snap throw the first, but Gukin, who I think has become very familiar with the ground near first base, once again gets dirty to get back to the bag. And the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a man on first. And the pitch to Hamilton off the plate, ball 3. So now Gukin will get a running start from first. Tharp comes on with the payoff pitch to Hamilton. He struck him out. Collier will have to throw it to first, which he does not. The throw was a bit too high. Wagler was not able to stay on the bag, and it is a strikeout, but Hamilton is safe at first. And you really hope that that's not the way this game is decided. The inning is extended to Quentin Curtis. Curtis comes up empty on the swing for strike 1. And now the throw to third, not in time. And taking second on the play is Hamilton. And now head coach Todd White will come out to try to calm down Tharp and maybe his defense and go over strategy. Runners at second and third with 2 outs in the inning, and you got to put yourself back into the game mentally after having checked out momentarily after Tharp got that strikeout. So Curtis will head back to the batter's box. Runners at second and third, 2 outs, top of the 7th, tied at 6. Curtis is going to go back to talk to his head coach again. See how much this game means to both teams. Now Curtis climbs back in. The count is 0-1 to the third baseman. Tharp comes home with a pitch, and a nice stop by Collier. They have the runner hung up between third and home. And the throw is wide of the bag, and the run scores. Coming around is Hamilton. He is safe at home. And Chariton scores 2 runs without a hit to take an 8-6 lead. Oh, my goodness. The pitch came in. It was a ball in the dirt. Collier had Gukin hung up between third and home, but the throw to third was wide of the bag. It went into left field. And not only did Gookin score, Hamilton scored from second. Pitch high and inside, 2-1. So goodness, the number of times that Davis County could have ended this inning, and it comes back to bite them. So bases empty, 2 outs, 2-1 to count to Quentin Curtis. And the pitch, strike. Curveball stays high, and the count now is full. Tharp looking for one last strike to send us to the bottom of the 7th. A tapper to third. It comes to Smolek. The throw to first in time. The inning is over, but the damage has been done. Chariton scores 2 runs on 1 hit. A huge error and nobody left. And Davis County needs 2 to tie and 3 to win as we head to the bottom of the 7th. They trail at 8-6 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Chariton Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Chariton Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Davis County will look to mount one final rally in the bottom of the 7th, trailing 8-6. Isaac Kramer will face Aiden Munt, and the left-handed 8th grader will look to close things out for Chariton here in the nightcap of our doubleheader. Ball 1. Kramer, as he swings and misses, is 1 for 1. He walked, was hit by a pitch, and then he drilled an RBI double over the head of the left fielder Gookin. And he swings and misses to make it no balls and 2 strikes. And now the 0-2 coming up to Kramer. Put in play, but that's popped up. And he can't make the catch, the pitcher, Munt, in foul territory. Actually, that wasn't Munt, that was Curtis, the third baseman, who couldn't make the catch, and what really should have been out number 1 will turn out to be an extra pitch for Isaac Kramer. Count still is 0-2. Caleb Wagler waits on deck for the Mustangs. Another 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Kramer strikes out. One out, base is empty. Caleb Wagler is the batter. And while this will be a deflating loss for Davis County, you have to admire the way they came back down 6-0. But there's still 2 outs for the Mustangs to work with. Strike 1 on the outside corner from Munt. And how about the poise of this 8th grader? Despite giving up the lead in the 6th, he punched out Kramer, and Wagler, I thought he got hit in the leg, but I guess not. Ball 1. Wagler trying to get on any way he can before the top of the order comes back around. Fastball well off the plate, ball 2. And now the 2-1. Swing and a miss. And Wagler is down 2-2. Owen Bennett waits on deck. The left-handed 8th grader, Munt, nods his head, winds and deals. He struck him out. Got him looking for the 2nd out. Back to the top of the order we go, and Owen Bennett. So Bennett represents Davis County's last chance. If he can keep this inning alive for Slayton, things may just get very interesting. Here's the first pitch to Bennett. Hit on the ground to short, under the glove of Fisher. And into the left center field. Bennett's going to try for 2nd, and he is safe. Oh, goodness. Bennett pushed the envelope there. And I don't know whether to call that a hit or an error. Bennett did hit that one pretty hard. For now, we'll call that a hit. And that was a hustle double for Bennett. And now the tying run is at the plate. And a man perfectly capable of tying this game will be swinging the bat. Slayton is hitless in this game. That's something you rarely say during a game about Trevor Slayton. First pitch, a curveball taken for a strike. Runner at 2nd, 2 outs. Davis County looking to mount a 2-out rally, being down 8-6. Slayton so far 0 for 4 in this game. The 0-1. A line drive up the middle for a base hit. Coming around the score is Bennett, and he will score without a throw. Davis County within a run. It's 8-7. So a line drive single by Slayton. Scoring Bennett. And now Kay Tharp represents the winning run. Standing at the plate. And I think they want to give, they're going to give intentional walk to Tharp. The ultimate sign of respect. And he did homer off Munt, so you can't blame head coach Daryl Dodson for walking Tharp. So the intentional pass puts the tying run in scoring position for Draven to cry. Looks like we'll have a pinch runner for Kay Tharp. That's a very important run out there. And out comes Caden Glosser. Not a pinch runner. He's a courtesy runner since Tharp is still the pitcher of record. So a big at-bat for the senior to cry. He already has a pair of hits in this game and a pair of runs scored, as well as a stolen base. So he's already had a monster game. He'll look to add to it here. This is the type of situation you dream of as a kid. Runners at 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. Your team is down by 1. Entire infield playing back for Chariton. First pitch is popped up. Foul territory, first base side, but that gets over the fence. And when you're a Mustang fan, anything like that happens, your heart's in your throat because that could have been the end of the game right there. Instead, it's just strike one. What a pair of games we've had here tonight. Both coming down to the wire. The 0-1 to Cry. Line drive, right center field. It's a base hit. The tying run scores. That's Slayton, and they'll hold up Gloucester at third. We are tied at 8. Are you kidding me? DeCry with a clutch RBI single. And now the game-winning run is just 90 feet away. This inning started with 2 straight strikeouts. Munt got Kramer swinging and Wagler looking. Bennett hit a ground ball under the glove of Fisher that went for a double. Slayton with an RBI single. They intentionally walked Tharp. And now the Cry single to tie the game. Clay Collier looks at ball 1. Oof, that looked like that could have been strike 1, but the no call goes the way of the Mustangs. Collier looking for his first hit of the game. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a hit by pitch. Ball 2. Noah Smolik waits on deck. And where Munt looked calm, cool, and collected when he got the first 2 outs of the inning, now the tension of the situation might be getting to him. Ball 3 as that's bounced to the plate and a good block by Wirtz. Otherwise, that would have ended the game. (3-0) the count to Clay Collier, and you have to imagine that the sophomore will be taking all the way here at 3-0. Here comes the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. And now the 3-1 to Collier. Outside, ball 4, bases loaded. Courtesy runner coming up for the catcher. Collier comes out. Hunter Bell comes in. It will be up to the lanky sophomore, Noah Smolek, who hit an RBI single his last time up that helped momentarily tie the game at 6. Sheridan scored 2 in the top of the 7th to take the lead, but the Mustangs have answered with 2 of their own here in the bottom of the 7th. And here on senior night, Smolek can walk it off for the Mustangs and give them a thrilling doubleheader sweep versus Sheridan. Aiden Munt, left-hander, waiting for the umpire to say, let's play. And here comes the first pitch to Smolek. Swing and a miss. Gloucester is at third, DeCry at second, Bell at first. But really what matters is Gloucester at third. The 0-1, over but low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Every pitch filled with tension. And the 1-1 fouled off the other way. And Smolek is in the hole 1 and 2. And now the 1-2 pitch coming to Smolik. Curveball. Hit in the air. The other way. It drops for a base hit. And the Stangs win. The Stangs win. The Mustangs win it. Caden Glosser scores the winning run on a bloop single by Noah Smolik. And the Mustangs walk it off by the final score of 9-8. What a comeback. Davis County trailed 6-0 and then 8-6. And they finally pull it out and win it by the final score of 8-6. We'll take a break as we'll catch our breath and tell you all about this one. Davis County with a thrilling 9-8 win over Chariton. And we'll be back on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Karsten. And I'm Callie. And we are the Neeps Girls. We would like to personally invite you to our parents' new store on the south side of the square in Bloomfield. Stop in and have them make you a custom shirt, hat, banner, sign, or even your school mascot. They stay open late on Thursdays until 7. We hope to see you soon. Neeps Graphics, making you stand out.
Neebs Graphics on the south side of the Bloomfield Square.
John at Collision Corner knows that when you get in an accident and need some work done on your vehicle, you want the process to go smooth and easy. That's why Collision Corner is your best choice. John is a preferred body shop, which means he can work directly with your insurance company. He will handle the claim from start to finish. Collision Corner knows you need your car back as soon as possible, and they will also pick it up and deliver it to you for free. When you have an accident, call John and his team at Collision Corner in Bloomfield, and don't forget to like them on Facebook.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
Nothing says summer like hitting the open road. Get your vehicle summer driving ready. Cruising to work with the windows open and the convertible top down, going to the local fairs, or taking your much-needed holiday on the open road. Ray's Rapid Lube and Car Wash can get your car summer driving ready. Oil changes to the touchless car wash. Quick car wash to the super car wash. Ray fits in your budget so you can put more in your tank. Ray's Rapid Lube, 301 North Madison in Ottumwa. Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. The busy farming season is here, and Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Davis County wins the nightcap by a final score of 9-8. A couple of comeback wins for the Mustangs as they sweep the doubleheader from Chariton. They won Game 1 7-5 after scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th to turn a 5-3 deficit into the 7-5 win. They outdid themselves in Game 2, falling behind 6-0. Sheridan scoring 2 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fifth, and then the comeback started. Davis County with 4 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth. Sheridan, give them credit, they bounced back with 2 runs scored in the 7th inning, but then Davis County scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th to walk it off here on senior night and win it by the final score of 9-6. Davis County had 9 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors, 11 men left on base. Sheridan 8 runs, on 7 hits, 1 error, and 9 men left on. Winner of the game, Kate Tharp. He came in relief of Logan Hale, and he actually did pretty good. 4 1/3 innings pitched, allowing 3 runs, 1 of them earned on 2 hits. He walked 5 while striking out 7, so the walks were an issue, but he was still able to get the win. And with that win, Kate Tharp improves to 1-2. So that was his first win of the season. Losing pitcher will be Aiden Munt, and he falls to 1-4. Time of the game, 2 hours, 52 minutes. That was the longest game we've had so far this year, but it was worth it as Davis County wins it by the final score of 9-8. Just give me a quick nod, Corey. We get on breaks? Okay, we'll take one more break, and when we come back, we'll give you the Neves Graphics Player of the Game. You're listening to the Northside Insurance postgame show. Quote the claim, your friends at Northside Insurance take care of you. You're watching Davis County Baseball on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Keith's Foods in Bloomfield has been serving the Bloomfield area since 1969 with quality cut steaks, ripe seasonal produce, scrumptious bakery cakes and sweets, fresh dairy products, and of course, tasty smoked meats. We also have available hunting licenses, stamps, money orders, and gift cards too. Open till 9 p.m. every day. We pride ourselves in providing small town service in a big way while keeping up with trends and latest items across the country. Yes, Keith's Foods is your hometown grocery store and so much more. Keith's Foods, where we always take your groceries out to your car. Proud supporter of the Davis County Mustangs.
Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. Attention Southern Iowa, do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield has the most competitive prices on new mattresses in all different sizes. Darren sells camper mattresses, commercial bedding, rollaways, special order sizes, bed frames, and mattress protectors. Call Darren today and he'll meet you at the warehouse. Dixon's Mattress Outlet, 641-664-3060. That's 664-3060.
If you've been looking to take your nursing career to the next level, William Penn University is ready to help. With the RN to BSN program, you could have your degree in as little as 17 months. You'll find individualized attention from professors that care about your success. William Penn wants to see each and every student succeed in their education and life. That's why our advisors work with you to provide affordable tuition. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Davis County 9-8 winners over Sheridan in Game 2 of our doubleheader. They pull off the sweep as they take both from Sheridan and come from behind fashion. They won Game 1 by the final score of 7-5. You're listening to the Northside Insurance postgame show. Quilta Clay and your friends at Northside Insurance take care of you. So it's time for the Needs Graphics Player of the Game. Think of them all for your custom-made shirts, hats, banners, and much more. Stop in and see Kylie today on the south side of the Bloomfield Square. There are plenty of candidates to give the Needs Graphics Player of the Game to. Kate Tharp had the homer to center that brought Davis County to within one. But we have to give it to the man that tied the game and then won it in the bottom of the seventh. Noah Smolik tied it with an RBI single in the sixth. Won it with an RBI single in the seventh to walk it off for the Mustangs. So Noah Smolik, the sophomore third baseman, is our Neebs Graphics Player of the Game. So congratulations to Noah Smolik, but congratulations to all the seniors on what has to be a very memorable senior night for all 7 of the Davis County Mustangs seniors. So that's going to do it for us here in Bloomfield. Once again, our final score in Game 2 of our doubleheader, Davis County 9, Chariton 8. Davis County with the win now goes to 15-11 on the season, and their South Central Conference record is 12-4. Sheridan drops to 5-18 with a conference record of 4-12. We would like to thank you for making us a part of your Tuesday evening. We'll be right back with you tomorrow to wrap up the regular season. Another doubleheader on the docket as the Mustangs of Davis County will be taking on the Knoxville Panthers to wrap up the season. So that's going to do it, and we look forward to having you join us then. Thanks to the people here at Davis County for allowing my son to be the bat boy, and I'm sure he had a great time, and it was something memorable that I'm sure he'll never forget. So thanks to head coach Todd White, superintendent Dan Mader, athletic director Ken Anderson, and all the players that made my son feel welcome in the dugout during both games here tonight. So for Corey Finch, our producer, this is Ellis Coach saying so long in Bloomfield. You have been watching Davis County Baseball on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.